So let's stay in the district where a New Yorker is making news at the White House. Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani scheduled to meet President Trump today.
Yeah, the president and Mamdani have had plenty of harsh words for one another as the Democratic Socialists went from a virtual unknown to a rising star of the Democratic Party, ultimately winning the mayoral election in New York. Judy Kurtz joins us with the details about two sons in New York City.
That's
sitting
right.
down,
Two guys from
having
Queens,
some
right?
fun. It's going to be a cordial meeting.
Different sides of Queens.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I say that with some hyperbole, but it should be cordial. President Trump has done this before. He has met with folks he does not necessarily like on social media.
Okay, it maybe might be cordial. I don't know, should be, but did you see President Zelensky in the Oval Office not too long ago? Yeah, I mean, we don't know which way this is going to go. Is it going to be about bridge building between the two of them or bridge burning in terms of like a blowtorch and taking down the bridge? We never seem to know, but certainly a highly anticipated meeting between Zohran Mamdani and President Trump.
So we had discussed this a little bit earlier. Zohran Mamdani came out of the gate blasting the president, telling the president, "Do you hear me?" during his speech. We have that sound, right? When he accepted victory for winning the mayoral.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Mamdani certainly projecting this attitude of bring it on with President Trump, but at the same time saying he wanted to meet with the president in the White House. He was the one who initiated this meeting. His team reached out to President Trump's team to arrange this meeting, and then Trump announced it in a True Social post saying the meeting was going to be happening today in the Oval Office. There it is. Communist mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, has asked for a meeting. We've agreed that this meeting will take place at the Oval Office today. President Trump frames Mamdani as a communist. We should note he is a democratic socialist, not a communist, but that's a favorite taunt of Trump, calling him my little communist. Mamdani has the pushback, though, and said basically to Trump, as you heard there, turn the volume up. You know, he's not going to take being pushed around by this president.
Well, I think that could be one of those instances where we do see things maybe not be as cordial as we would like. Perhaps Zohran Mamdani correcting President Trump to his face, saying, "I'm not a democratic socialist, I'm a communist," if the president so chooses to call him a communist to his face. These two polar opposites politically, but they do have something in common. There are people who voted for Donald Trump in New York who also voted for Zohran Mamdani, and Zohran Mamdani knows that as well. Let's play that soundbite about the common ground with these two when it comes to affordability.
My team reached out to the White House to set up this meeting because I will work with anyone to make life more affordable for the more than 8.5 million people who call this city home.
Yeah, affordability is like the big word now in politics, and Mamdani has said he wants to speak plainly to the president about the needs of New Yorkers. President Trump had threatened to pull federal funding from New York if Mamdani was elected. We'll see if he follows through on that threat. But affordability, a huge issue, and it comes at a time when a lot of polls are showing that the public is not favoring President Trump's approach when it comes to the economy. You see the poll right there. More say Trump is responsible for the economy. It's a Fox News poll by nearly 2-to-1 margin. Voters say Trump is more responsible than Biden, 62% versus 32%. A new low on the approval of the economy, 38%, about 1/3 approve his tariffs, 35%, and health care, 34%. So not some great numbers, and the White House is certainly stepping up. You know, just hearing the word affordability, they're putting it in virtually every speech, including Vice President Vance was speaking recently. He had to talk about affordability. Let's hear from him.
My message to the American people who are still feeling like things are unaffordable, who are still feeling like things are rough out there is look, we get it, and we hear you, and we know that there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of wood to chop because the Biden administration put us in such a very, very tough spot.
You know, Judy, affordability, of course, was what Mamdani campaigned on. He has a lot of very big ticket items he would like to do in New York City, and arguably he's not going to do that without help from the federal government, which is President Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's certainly a lot on the line here for Mamdani. I think he realizes that in requesting this meeting with President Trump. Talks a big game, of course, wants to show that he's willing to stand up to this president, but at the same time, it's a balancing act. It's this tap dance that a lot of officials, especially in blue cities and states, are doing lately with the president, trying to get along to some degree, but at the same time push back when they feel they need to.
All right, so we will have to see what comes of this meeting, but it's certainly going to be eye-opening, I bet. We'll see if
Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah. We'll see if it
Thank you,
remains forward.
Judy.